this is going to be one of the most favorite games we play all year. It's a division game too, so we know it's that much more important.
All right, it is Ravens week. Welcome inside the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex, everybody. The Steelers were out on the practice fields here getting ready to host the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday, 1 p.m. at Heinz Field. Let's take a look at the Steelers practice report. Not too many surprises, but some good news. You see the only full participant is Vince Williams. He missed the past 2 games due to a hamstring injury, so he was out there as a full participant. Not practicing today, Rosie Nix, Anthony Chickillo, Vance McDonald, James Conner, Cam Heyward, and then a new one on the list, Juju Smith-Schuster, dealing with a toe injury. We'll have to learn more about that. Both Cam Heyward and James Conner were injured in game. And Vance McDonald and Chickillo and Nix, those are guys that have been dealing with existing injuries. Of course, with Vance McDonald, that's somebody the Steelers want to get back out onto the field in some capacity this week. Coach made it sound like he was optimistic that number 89 could return. And for Nick Vannett, new to the Steelers, last week was a crash course for him. He said he's excited about the possibility of him and McDonald being on the field together on Sunday against the Ravens.
I think it's going to be incredible. I don't know what the plan is as far as that. I don't know what his status is yet. You'll have to ask him on that. But I think, we're 2 very exciting players, and we can do a lot. And, I mean, it just gives the offensive coordinator plenty of options of, what they want to do with us. And I think, we have both of us on the field. I mean, it just creates so many mismatch problems in the run game and in the pass game. So I think it's be really exciting for the offense.
Now, the last time the Steelers and the Ravens met, the starting quarterback for Baltimore was Joe Flacco. It is now Lamar Jackson, and today Cam Heyward talked about facing a different Ravens offense than what they're used to and what the defense for the Steelers has to do to stop them.
It just puts a lot more onus on gap integrity. Make sure you're getting off blocks when you can so you can help out. But, we got to make sure we execute at a high level. If you don't, they're going to make you pay.
From what you've seen, how much has Jackson improved from last season?
Exponentially. I think he's just more comfortable in what he's doing. He's got some really good targets in Andrews and Hurst and, Brown. I think that running game really gets them started. They're able to get out to some good leads, and once you get behind in a game with them, it's hard to catch back up because he's just going to continue to keep converting and keep getting positive yards.
There was a practice squad move made that was newsworthy today. The Steelers released tight end Elise Mack and making room for a new quarterback you see behind me, number 3, Taryn Christion. He is from South Dakota State. He was most recently picked up by the Dallas Cowboys during training camp and ran a lot of RPOs. As Coach Tomlin said on Tuesday during his press conference, it's going to be different for the Steelers preparing for a mobile quarterback like Lamar Jackson. Here's more from Christion right after practice.
I was actually getting my hair cut, called and asked if I could come out that night. Didn't have time last night, so flew out this morning. Got here about 10 minutes before practice started, got changed, and got outside.
They explained to you what they were looking for you from this week, or are you ready to do that?
Not really necessarily, but just scout team stuff. I'm a mobile quarterback. They're playing the Ravens, so Lamar Jackson. Just running around a little bit, slinging things on scout team so far.
All right, that is the very latest from here inside Steelers headquarters. We'll have much more for you tomorrow here on Steelers Live. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m.